Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My camera is balancing on my water mug right now. So welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessie. If you are new here, I do all kinds of budgeting videos talking about living with debt, but I'm also a first-time mom. I do a lot of lifestyle content and I'll be bringing back the vlogs here very soon. I just had a baby less than a month ago, so I'm still figuring my stuff out. It's why my hair is not done. My face is not done, but I figured you guys wouldn't mind. I still wanted to show you what my February budget I'm planning for it to look like. We're still getting used to like having a baby and what that means and things like that. And my budgets are always fluid. If you watch any of my videos, you know that we try to stick to it, but at the same time we're not like hyper strict currently. We probably will have to be a little bit more strict this year, which I talked about a little bit in my December budget, but basically just like a quick little dump for you guys. We are hoping to pay off some debt this year. We're possibly moving this year, and it would be a pretty substantial move, meaning our rent would go up quite a bit. So we're waiting for a few monetary things to kind of work themselves out here in the beginning of like Q1, beginning of Q2, and if those things work out, then we're hoping to pay off at least one of like our debts and then focusing some money on where we're gonna live, but it really depends if those things work out or not. Plus, I am not back to working yet. I still have a little bit of like money here in my like my consulting budget that I'm able to pay myself this month, but I probably won't be able to pay myself in March. I might be able to, I'm not sure. And I need to figure out like how I'm gonna go back to work. I freelance. If you are new here, I have 2 clients that I freelance for, but I'm not really sure what that's gonna look like going back. I'm hoping that I can just kind of get back in with them and everything will be fine, but we'll see how that works out. So the next couple of months are kind of gonna be a little all over the place, and I'll either explain throughout my budgeting videos what changes there, or I'll do a separate video letting you guys know. But right now I don't have like, we just don't know what money is actually going to come through. There's like a couple things, like Ben might get a raise, he might get a bonus, there's something else from work that might come through, but we don't know how much those are or if they actually will come through. There's something else from an investment that he made a while ago that we're waiting on. Obviously trying to figure out like my money situation and what's happening there. So there's just like a couple of things that are up in the air that we don't really know about. And then we want to possibly make a move, and like I said, that would higher our rent quite a bit. We're just trying to figure out what's going to happen here in 2023. So February right now I have the budget ready to go, but I feel like once April hits, things are going to start to change, and I'll keep you guys updated on that. But why don't we jump into my February budget so that I can show you what we're planning to spend. Okay, here is the budget. As always, I always keep our income blocked out. It is a little bit more this month because in January it looked like Ben's paycheck went up just like a little bit, which is confusing because we added Ivy to his insurance, so it should have actually went down. So we're kind of waiting that one out. I did put it up in February, but there's a chance that I've over budgeted his income at this point. I'm not really sure. We'll find out. I'm paying myself the same amount though that I've always paid myself because that's what I have in my business account. So planning to spend, or planning to have about $7,400 in our account this month. I'm also planning that we'll have quite a bit of rollover because January we're like way under budget right now, which is great. The only thing is that we have like some big expenses coming through. We're waiting for our hospital bills, which could be very expensive, although our insurance hopefully will cover most of it. Although I think right now our hospital bill is like $35,000 or $40,000, which America is stupid. But anyway, so we're waiting on that to see how much we actually owe for that. I'm hoping, right now it says we only owe like $1,200, and I'm hoping that that doesn't change too much, but we'll see. And then we also need to get tires for our car. My door keeps making noise. We need to get tires for our car. They're completely bald, like completely bald. So that's going to be a good chunk of change as well. So that'll either be coming from savings and or rollover. If we have enough rollover, that'd be great, that we don't have to pull it out of savings. Moving on to fixed expenses, these are all the same as they normally are. So our rent, renter's insurance, disability, and then we are getting rid of the NFL Network like TV thing because football will be done, and we can watch the Super Bowl on regular TV. So Ben canceled that for next month. So I'm keeping my Kindle Unlimited for now. And then these are all the same as well. So about $1,900 in fixed expenses. That's 26% of our income. Our debt, 23% of our income, which sucks currently, is the same. This capital or city credit card changes every month. So right now I just have what it was last month in there, and then I'll change it whenever we need to. So it's about $1,700 in just debt that we pay, which is terrible. And that's with 2 of our debts in forbearance right now. If anybody has millions of dollars and wants to send me $100,000 to pay off my debt, that'd be great. Moving on to variable expenses. So this is kind of where like the bread and butter is, no pun intended, as I go into talking about groceries. But again, we're planning to spend $750 on groceries this month. That is usually what we budget for that. I budgeted $200 for Costco, $250 for restaurants and coffee shops, $100 for medications and supplements. I'm hoping that we don't have to buy much next month. Household I have at $200. I think I upped that a little bit because we were like way over budget the last couple months. Ivy, Ivy's my daughter if you're new here. I have set at $300 because she is being mostly formula fed. We have had issues with latching, and then just my supply in general has been very low. So I haven't been able to breastfeed her, and I pump currently, but it's just supplemental. Like I don't bring in enough for her. So we've had to buy formula, and we have a very high quality formula, so it's not inexpensive by any means. So I just guessed about $300 for formula, and then we have a lot of diapers from her baby shower, but babies use a lot of diapers, so there's a chance that next month we will actually have to like replenish some stuff. I'm not sure, so I just wanted to put a little bit of money there. This is obviously a section that'll continue to change as we learn what our daughter needs and doesn't need. Beauty, I put $150. I'm guessing Ben will have a haircut in February, and I will get my nails done at least once, so that's what I have for that. Personal spending, I have $100. I think I lowered that a little bit because we just haven't been buying anything. I know Ben needs to get some shoes this year. His shoes are like so old and terrible, and he really needs some shoes. I'm kind of in this weird spot where like my body is different. I've lost like 35 pounds at this point, but my clothes still don't fit me correctly, so I don't know that I'm gonna be buying myself a bunch of stuff. Plus, again, if we're gonna move at some point, if we do move, it would be in the next like few months, so I don't really want to buy a bunch more stuff that I have to move if I don't need to. So yeah, that's why that's a little bit lower. Therapy, I'm keeping at $0. I don't know that I'm going to rebook with my therapist. I think I really liked her and she was really helpful, but then I feel like I've just kind of outgrown her, and I think that's normal with therapists. But the things that I'd want to talk to her about are like birth trauma and the things that I went through with Ivy, and that's like not what she's trained in. And again, if we plan on moving and we move out of state, I would have to get a new therapist anyway once we move. So there is a chance that I'm just going to drop therapy for a while. I've had a really good support system in this postpartum era with my doula. My chiropractor has been amazing. And then just like people that have reached out and have been really helpful, like friends and things, like people that haven't even been my friends in years that have kind of like kicked in for me, I think has been really helpful. And February, we're hoping some people are actually going to come and visit us and meet the baby, because so far only Ben's mom has met Ivy, which kind of sucks. It's great that she came, but I wish more people had come. So hopefully in February some more people will come and visit, and that'll be helpful too, just to be around other people. So that's my long story about therapy. Doctors, I have $300 budgeted, and that's without hospital bills over here, obviously. I don't really know how much our copays will be, especially with Ivy on the insurance now, and she has to go to the doctor quite a bit in the beginning of her life. And we're also going to the chiropractor a bunch, so I have that budgeted in here as well. So that's why doctors is pretty high for February. I also have a doctor appointment with my naturopath, which is only a $25 copay, but I have like blood work and stuff, and we're at the top of our deductible, so there's a chance that we'll have some more like payments that we have this year. Utilities, I budgeted $275, which is pretty normal. $150 for car. Again, that's without tires, because both of these things are either going to come from our rollover or from our savings. Hopefully our rollover can cover it, because that would be great to not have to touch the savings for a little bit longer. Cora and Finn I have at $350. Cora needs her allergy pills, which are like $160, and then their food's pretty expensive as well, so that should cover it as long as they don't have anything else that happens, because they have just been killing my budget this year. And then $100 for miscellaneous, so that's about $3,200, 3,225 for variable expenses this month, and I would like to try to stay as close to that as possible. And then our miscellaneous area, I have nothing budgeted. We have Amazon Prime and Thrive won't renew. We're not going to put anything in savings at this point. And then there aren't any birthdays. I guess Valentine's Day, but Ben and I don't really do Valentine's Day. I don't really think that we'll do anything with that. If anything, maybe we'll like get dinner, but I don't even know if we'll do that. So we'll see. And then we're not traveling, so I'm not planning on spending anything in that category. That's about it. So our plan is to spend $6,903.76 next month, which would leave us $500 over budget. Again, that's, or $500 income remaining, but that's without like hospital bills and tires. So everybody keep your fingers crossed that our hospital bills are mostly covered by our insurance. We pay so much for insurance, please. Please let most of it be covered, because I've heard some people having to pay, like, even having to pay a third of like $40,000 is crazy. Because I mean, I'll do a birth story at some point, but I had basically the whole gamut for my birth. Like, I went in for an induction. They forced me to go to the emergency room, which I had to pay $3,000 for, even though I didn't want to go to the triage. I had an epidural, so I have anesthesiology. And then I ended up having a C-section, which is a surgery. So, and then we had to stay in the hospital for a couple days. So it's just been, it's a lot. America is like not great with hospital bills, but that's a whole other story for a whole other day. But I hope that you guys enjoyed seeing what our February budget was gonna look like. And again, I'll keep you guys updated as things change. There's possibly some like super exciting but also super sad things happening this year that could change a lot for us in good ways monetarily, but there's also some things that could change just life in general. So we'll see. Plus we have a baby now, and that's definitely changed life for sure. But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure that you give it a like and subscribe. Again, I do all kinds of budgeting videos, but I also talk a lot about just life and living now with a baby. But I hope that you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.